Hey, did you miss me? Okay, we back. We are so back. Been around the world a few laps since the last time we spoke. My bad for that, but okay, we back. We are so back. I took a little time for me. Okay, now it's time to eat. Look, where you been, Andy? It's been a while. I'm buying cribs, chilling out, picking towel. Don't you dare.
Welcome to the Sonroom, a cozy little podcast where faith meets honest conversation. In here, we believe that wherever the light is, darkness cannot prevail. My name is Jorge. My lovely wife is Joanna, and we are from the music group Cartago Valley. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, baby? This is who I'm really worried about, okay?
I'm excited. What's going on with you? Just ready to...
A whole lot. You know.
Yeah.
Am I talking too loud or am I good?
It feels a little loud, but...
Okay, it's because I'm on the headphones, but...
Oh, okay. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you perfect.
Okay, good.
But nah, babe, I think it'd be a good place to kind of like share a little bit about who we are and like where we currently are. Mm-hmm. A lot of the people watching this are our friends, and so they know who we are. But I mean, they may be like a person or two that don't know. So, yeah, my name is Jorge. This is my lovely wife, Joanna. And we have 3 beautiful kids, Zion, Selah, and Eden. Okay?
6, 4, and 1.5.
Yeah. We love God. We are grateful with God. But we're also human and we're working through a lot of things.
Definitely.
And we're grateful for his grace and his mercy.
Amen. We've been married 8 years. And it's been a beautiful, messy, sanctifying, awesome journey.
Yeah, it has. Babe, I think about in this current season of life, we just left. What is the word? Terminated? We just our business, our painting company.
We paused it. Yeah, kind of paused, ended.
We just paused.
Shifted. We pivoted.
We pivoted, but
yeah.
There's a word, like there's like a legal word for like stopping your company. So
okay.
We are bringing a business.
Closed down the doors.
We closed our business. A business that we've been developing for the past 5 years is a painting business.
5? Was it 5? 2019. Okay.
It's going on 6.
Yeah.
Going on 6. So we are pausing that business because we feel the Lord is calling us to branch out and do other things.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We're taking a leap of faith and, giving more of our time to Cartago Valley and our athletic brand. Things where we can utilize our giftings and hopefully in the future work as a family to just bless our community and edify the body and glorify God and bring others to the knowledge of Christ, and also just be good stewards of everything that He's given us. I mean,
it's not easy.
Yeah, we're creative. Like, we are multifaceted. We like doing different things.
Yep. We sure do.
We tried this before in some sort of fashion.
We vlogged a little bit on YouTube before.
Yeah, 2 fish, 5 loaves.
2 fish, 5 loaves. The channel's out there.
Yeah, we
had fun with it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. And
we
then
vlogged a Colombia trip.
Right. And then we shifted.
And I feel like that channel, the cool thing about that channel is like our kids will always have those like memories when they were like tiny babies.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It was fun. It was fun. And then we did You Better Date, which was fun. We did
You Better Date. We did an Instagram date review page.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
It was fun.
But in the midst of all of this, like, God had been working in me personally. Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna be candid, I've struggled with anger and self-control.
Yeah.
Because being a husband and being a father has been one of the most beautiful things I've done in my life. Where I've a role that I've taken. Yet it's been very difficult for me, if I'm gonna be honest. Okay, because it's had to have a lot of die to self moments, a lot of pushing through. In the midst of a life where you're still trying to figure it out. So all these years, like God has been working, and by the grace of God, I've been able to have therapy. I've been able to have good mentors and people that and brothers that have come by my side. And so you could say that in a way is put on pause this like creative desire to have here in our family and to minister to the body of Christ through art. It's kind of put it to a pause in a way. Am I correct? What do you think? Like,
no, right. I mean, like in the past, you mean? It was kind of paused?
Yes.
I guess it was
throughout the 5 years. Like, what would you call
yeah.
those? Like, were those our years in the wilderness, or what was that?
I mean, no, because I think we still created. Like, we did You Better Day. We did, we did.
It was just at a smaller scale.
2 fish, 5 loaves. Yeah, it was kind of like we're trying to fit it in.
Yeah.
We're trying to fit it because you were working full time.
Right.
And then I started working full time. And so it just really didn't give a lot of space for you to be able to just really dive into the creativity that you wanted to. You know what I mean? In the scale that you wanted to. And I wasn't at a place yet to be like, okay, I'm going to surrender and serve my family in this season by being the one that's working full time.
Yes.
And so I think we came to a place of, okay, we're agreeing and we're saying, okay, we're going to try this out for a year.
So dive into that, babe. What currently are you doing right now? What is your current role for the family? Where are we right now?
Yeah, I think right now we're in a place of where there's been a shift in the atmosphere for our home in a good way. I think, I'm working full time in corporate.
Yep, that's where I was trying to. Yep.
Yeah, I'm working full time in corporate. I'm a mama of 3.
Yep.
I'm a first, in order.
You're a brilliant mama of 3.
I like putting this in order. Okay, I am a worshiper of God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Lord. And I desire to be a good wife, a support to you, and a mama of 3. And I work in corporate America. And so that's my role right now from a financial perspective, helping bring in funds so that God can fund everything that we want to do. And we're going to try it out for a year and see how it goes, And I think that, sometimes, people see that and they'll be like, yeah, but the guy's supposed to be the provider. But, we've had this conversation before.
This has been a conversation.
Yeah.
At dinner table for many occasions.
Right.
Yes.
And it's like, well, being a provider is more than bringing the finances home, Being a provider is bringing, being a provider of spiritual growth, of spiritual leadership, of just in general protection, love, care. And so it looks different. That's okay. I feel like life is just so nuanced and complex.
There's different seasons.
Yeah, there's different seasons. And so we're tapping into this season. We're pivoting and we're shifting into this season. And it's been going great. I remember, I feel like what really has helped us is we heard that message. I can't remember who it was, but it was like a husband and a wife was just kind of saying, hey, you want me to follow you, but you don't have a plan.
Yep.
And I think that, we were in a place of like confusion and really asking God for clarity on how to move forward, what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And we talked about it and I was like, okay, babe, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of at a loss here.
Yeah.
I think you need to get with God and come up with some type of plan so that I can just follow you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you did that. And you came to me with a plan and it's a short-term plan, but we're kind of going with the flow.
Yes, we are.
And I feel like there's been a shift in the atmosphere with it. And I feel like it's been exciting and it's been fun.
Yeah.
And, we're just taking it day by day, surrendering to God, trying to figure it out. We like to do a lot of different things.
Yep.
And
we enjoy doing
we enjoy
things.
And I'm blessed to be able to work from home. So that gives me the opportunity for us to still be present with the children, to support you in our athletic brand and in Cartago Valley, and just be able to also enjoy the creative side that God has given me too.
Yeah. So to sum it all up, my wife, she's in corporate America. She works from home. I am a stay-at-home dad. I am also working on developing 2 brands. One is an athletic brand, like my wife shared, and the other brand is the musical podcast brand, which is Cartago Valley and the Sonroom. Yeah, being a stay-home dad is very hard. Okay, and I mean, both women and both men that take care of their kids know, like, this is a very strenuous role. It takes a lot of patience, and sometimes you wish you were out there working, like outside the house.
Right.
But I know these are precious years, and I'm, even though it's been very difficult for me, because I don't want to say like it hasn't, I know that it is a blessing to be able to be with my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for you for saying, like, okay, I'm going to work in this season of life. I'm going to be providing financially while these other 2 projects take off.
Right.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, if it doesn't happen, it's okay. I'll go back, like,
we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens.
I'll go back to the workforce. One thing I am not lazy. That's like that's just not in my DNA. Like, if I'm gonna be doing something, I'm gonna be doing something.
Right. And you did provide financially fully for the house for
Right.
a season, where you were working
Couple
full
of years, yes.
time. I mean, with Judah painting. And
yep.
then I started going back into the workforce when the pandemic hit to be able to work from home. But
Yep.
anywho, we just kind of are going with the flow and pivoting as God leads and directs us, trying to be like streams of water in his hands, rooted and grounded in him.
Come on.
So that he can take us wherever. And so I think, we've had this conversation before where, everybody has unique callings and assignments that God gives us.
Yes.
Our purpose in life is to be known by God and to know him and to make him known.
Yep.
Right? How that happens looks like different assignments. And so with us, I feel like God has given us the opportunity to try different things, but not to be married or anchored to anything, so that our identity is not in anything but in him.
Right.
So it's just like what we're doing now, with Cartago Valley, with the athletic brand. We're trying it out. We're seeing, God, is this what you want us to do? But we don't know for how long it will be. So we have to hold loosely to everything that he assigns us to.
Yes.
Because ultimately it's for him. And we get to do it with him. It's just fun. Yes.
In the season
Yeah.
that he has you in there for.
For sure.
Yeah, babe.
So marriage.
Yeah. I was about to go. I was like, you want to get real?
So it's been 8
Yeah,
years.
it's been 8 years. It's been amazing times. There's been some very great moments. I think we've overcame a lot of different obstacles, some hard obstacles,
Yeah.
difficult ones. And there's been some low times where
Definitely.
we're like, how are we going to get through this? Like,
Right.
is there even a way
Are
out?
we making it?
Yeah.
Are we
going to
done?
make it? Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
absolutely.
being real.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
and so I just feel like, man, like, thank you, God. Like, thank you for making a way. Thank you for bringing me understanding. Thank you for just changing the atmosphere. Thank you because our prayers
Yeah.
are answered and we have been able to become stronger together. Because, like, I feel like
Yeah.
as we navigate life and as we're victorious in all these different obstacles
Yeah.
of life, that draws me closer to you. I was like, hey, she's a writer. And I've written for her and she's writing for me. So
Yeah.
I just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think as you stick it out, like, your bond becomes,
Greater.
it has to.
Yeah.
I mean, it just has to.
For sure.
But yeah, it hasn't been easy. We did a reel called My Perfect One, and it was lots of fun. And I'm just glad that, we explained that, like, hey, like, our marriage, like, it seems like a lovey video, but, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always like this.
Right. And I think people know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People know, that we are a holy hot mess. I think in general, I mean, I don't know. There's some marriages that maybe marriage just comes very easy to them.
Yeah.
But for us, that hasn't been the
Right.
case.
And
It's
I would say for the majority
definitely-
of people, that hasn't been the case.
Right. And it's not easy. It's
Yeah.
a lot of self-denial. It's a lot of, you're self-aware. You become more self-aware of, the areas where you need Christ, where you really are sinful. I in my fallen nature and what I struggle with and what I ask for prayer on is I can tend to be exigente, demanding, right? Where it's like I have high expectations. I'm an idealist by nature. I'm a purist. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm like, I want it to be like pure and ideal and exactly like how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like in the right order. And so that a lot of times can, create
tension.
Tension.
Because I'm more like,
it's
let's
not
just
real.
go with the flow. Like
Right.
we have an idea of where we're going, but let's I like the spontaneity behind it all. And so yes, that instance, we like to create a lot of things together and we like to work together. And so
Yeah.
it creates, conflict.
Right.
And
And just in general as a marriage, you know what I mean? And I'm learning to surrender. I'm learning to it's not going to be picture perfect. It's not going to be Bible perfect. You know what I'm saying? We're sinful people that are walking this out and we're being sanctified. And so it's God, help me show grace.
Yeah.
And just accept my reality and that it's not going to ever be perfect until you come back. And then, it just reminds me.
takes a lot of weight off your shoulders if you
It
think about
does.
it. Because it's like,
It does.
okay, it will never be perfect.
It's never going to be perfect.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
we have some great gentlemen working on our roof.
Oh, yeah.
They're just getting done. And so if you hear like loud noises and thumps, like they're picking up but they're still walking on the roof. I just heard the leaf blower.
With marriage, something that I remember a lot continuously about God speaking, or I felt like God speaking to me before I got married, was how He is not just my friend. He's not just my pastor. He's not just my father. He is the lover, my beloved. He's the lover of my soul. He is,
He is your.
my bridegroom.
I was gonna go to
I'm his bride.
like my better half. What
He's
is the
the one
saying
that
in Spanish?
completes
What's the
me.
saying in Spanish? Like mi otra mitad.
Oh yeah, my sí.
I
La
feel like it's
naranja,
like there's
something like naranja.
Yeah, mi media naranja.
Mi
Like, so
media
like,
naranja, yeah.
yeah.
Dios es mi media naranja. And it's just, I want to share this because this is it's a big testimony for my life and what God spoke to it, and it's helped me throughout marriage. So when I gave my life to the Lord, one of the things that they would teach you is like, oh, write a list of everything that you want your husband, and then write a confirmation. Like, how are you gonna know that that's your husband, right? And so one of the things that I remember writing in my journal was like, God, whoever my husband's gonna be, He's gonna give me a red rose that represents love, a yellow rose that represents friendship, and a white rose that represents purity. And obviously that didn't happen over the years. And then a month before I met you, it was my birthday, and my friend invited me over to dinner. She ends up giving me these 3 roses with a card, and she was saying, I asked the Holy Spirit what He wanted to give you, and He said He wanted to give you a red rose that represents love, a yellow one that represents friendship, and a white one that represents purity. She handed me those roses, and I literally flipped out, started
crazy.
crying, and I'm just like,
babe, if I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I believe you because you're my wife.
right.
But that's really that's really
That's very
detailed.
Very detailed.
And so it's like, and the fact that it all happened to the T is hard to believe.
Right. Except it wasn't my husband that gave it to me, which I didn't understand at the beginning.
It just makes more sense.
Yeah. And I didn't understand the beginning. I'm just like, wait. And then later on, it was crazy because like I felt the Lord, again, giving me that word, like, Joanna, I'm not just your friend. I'm the lover of your soul. Even when you get married, you have to remember that. Crazy thing. We had a band visit our church in that season. And this guy of the band, he came to me and he said, I feel the Lord giving me a word for you. He says, He is not just your friend. He's not just your pastor, your father. He's the lover of your soul. He's your beloved. And it was just like sealing that in my soul, my heart, my spirit. Like, Joanna, you're going to get married. You're going to meet your husband, but you got to remember, I am your beloved forever.
And this is all important because this will help you. This was going to help you withstand the hardships,
Right.
the moments of confusion
Yes.
that we go through in marriage. Because
Yeah.
like, okay, ultimately, like God, you're like the husband,
Right.
and so it gives your earthly husband a little more. Maybe I wanna pivot into what are we doing with Cartago Valley? What are we doing with the podcast?
Yeah.
I want to talk about Cartago Valley.
Okay.
So I'm excited. We love making music. And man, we feel like
When did you
there's so much
start?
good music out there right now.
Right.
Like we're in a season where there's so much good music. What did you ask?
No, I was gonna tell me about like how your love for music started. Like, what did that look like for you? How has that looked like
Yeah.
for you?
Okay. Like in summarize
Yeah.
way of saying it. I mean, I lived in Colombia my younger years, and when I was there, like I was introduced to hip hop, and it was very vulgar. I told you this story,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it
I
was very
remember.
vulgar,
So
like
bad.
hip hop. But I mean, it was just what I was shared, and man, I loved it. Like not so much like necessarily the lyrics, but just like the cadences, like just hip hop in itself.
Yeah.
And I came here to the United States, and it's like, I mean, hip hop is king, like especially not, late 90s, early 2000s. I came here in the early 2000s. So, yeah, to make a long story short, to make a short story long, I stumbled in a studio when I was in my early 20s, and I was really there to support a friend. I wanted to be his manager, and then I said, you know what? Let me write a song with you, like, And man, I wrote a song, and the rest was history. I fell in love with the art of writing music and recording, and so I did that, before knowing Christ. And there were some, good moments in the studios with the guys and stuff, But a lot of the music that we were putting out, wasn't, man, like I wouldn't share it with my kids. You see what I'm saying? The majority of it, I mean, there was a song or two that weren't necessarily like vulgar, but now that like I've come to know the Lord, and it's like, man, it just makes more sense, like how God gives us these desires and these like just love for things and certain art, and so now it's like, man, like I want to like use this passion that I have for music to have fun with my family and then expand your name and your kingdom. And if I could reach that young Jorge who first was introduced to this sound, and like his, really like it was love at first, sight. Like when I heard hip hop, I knew I loved it. So I want to reach those young people, or those people that are looking for different songs to add to their playlist that aren't necessarily like degrading women. You know what I'm saying? Talking about taking a life, or you crossed me the wrong way. And that's no shame on them. That's on people who do that. I mean, like I was one. You know what I'm saying? I was one. But now I'm trying to like, man, let's do something different. And I feel like a lot of these, I'll just go on to say, like a lot of the artists that talk about these, type of topics, like they could switch up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with Cartago Valley, we're just having fun. I mean, there's really no like specific roadmap. We're just having fun, still finding our sound, and we're creating music that we like to listen to. And so, yeah, we got about 6-7 songs on Spotify,
Yeah.
and our friends know they're there, but a lot of people don't, So that's why we're doing these reels to kind of like,
Yeah.
hey, like, tap in, like we're making music. Why do you laugh?
No, yeah. I mean, it's true. I think, as you were talking, it just reminds me of how, God is so sovereign in the way that he places you with your spouse, and just with the whole music journey, how we complement each other. You know what I mean? I feel like for me, the journey with music, and it's been very worship based, right? So, I came to the Lord. I never experienced or known worship. I didn't know how to sing, and God, little by little begins to change my voice. I hear
Yeah.
worship for the first
Yeah.
time, and I'm like, and then he just starts downloading songs.
Yeah.
So over like, the past many years, he's just giving me songs, and you know, I started playing the piano, and it's just been something with me and him mostly.
Yeah.
Now, I did lead worship in my church for almost, you know, a decade, which is a whole other experience. But I feel like for me, music has always been very sacred and very holy, and just kind of very personal. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with Cartago Valley, we've complemented each other in that you kind of always remind us that, hey, when we create, we want to impact, and we want to use this to bless and edify the body. And then, you know, the Lord gives me the opportunity to remind us, like, hey, this is holy, what we're doing here. This is something that I think it's special for our family. And you know, we've talked about this, and you know, we've had this conversation, but I really feel like creating music is like a way of discipleship of God towards us, where in the process of creating, he draws us closer to him, and then he draws us closer to each other if we let him. And I feel like there's just so much sacredness to music. When I look in the Bible, you know, I mean, there's songs all over. There's music all over the Bible. You know, there's so much power. I mean, there's whole wars that are conquered by just singing to God. I mean, in Ephesians, when Paul's talking to the church, he's saying that one of the signs when someone is spirit filled is singing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, making songs or singing to each other, and it's just so, I feel like there's just so much power.
Yes.
And, you know, over the past years or this past year and a half that we've been creating music, we've been really low key. We haven't, from a physical standpoint, really been present, right? Because there's just been this tension, I think, that we wrestle with, even today, that we're trying to figure out, right? We're now being a little bit more physically present, but, you know, personally, there's this tension and this wrestle of like, God, I want to do this. I want to keep it like holy and sacred and special, but yet we do want to connect with people. So how does that look like where it's just not all about us, and it's not so branded? Like I'm so thankful.
And we're still navigating.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
I love, you know what I'm saying? I listen to
and we're blessed by people and how they're doing it. Like we're not just blessed by like
no. We're
blessed by
Yes.
Like many
I love
people
Livasi. I love Lecrae. Like we listen to Forrest Frank, and they're very physically present, and you know, just how they approach things. But I just feel like, man, we're trying to figure out a different way. How can we be present, but not so present physically, where it's just so much us, for us personally, for many different reasons. And I think that with the podcast, since we're creating conversations, a space for conversations, it gives us the opportunity to bring other people along, so that it's not just us all the time. And I think that there's a special grace whenever there's like different perspectives
100%
that get shared, where it's not just you
it's edifying.
all the time.
Yes, it's edifying. And just to bring clarity, Cartago Valley is our musical outlet.
Right.
And the Sonroom is the podcast.
Right.
And so, I forgot to mention this, babe, like, because when you asked me about Cartago Valley, I think I went into like my personal testimony, but at the pinnacle, is it the pinnacle of the podcast? Like at the pinnacle of, it's like the top? I think so. So the story continues after I, you know, come to Christ and I start doing music, and then I get married.
Right.
And then my wife is very musical too.
Yeah.
And then she brings a special substance about how she views music. And so we combine that. And that's kind of what we're doing. Like, I know you enjoy, you know, worshiping just at home. Songs that God has given you throughout the years, and songs that he gives you. I'm very passionate about recording arts. I'm very passionate about like, man, like let's put this out, like let's make songs. And so, you know, I think we've been able to learn from one another. We've been able to like enjoy one another's passions.
And it's also created tension.
But it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to create with you. Will they hear you on every song?
No.
Maybe not. Will they hear me on every song? Probably not.
Right.
Will they hear me a little more?
Yes.
Probably so.
Probably.
And that's just kind of like currently where we're at.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited for like what God is going to continue to do.
Yeah, I'm excited. I like ask. I'm like, God, will you bring other people along to Cartago Valley in general from a musical standpoint? I don't know. Is it, I don't know. I think we're open
Yeah.
to whatever it is that God has. And
Yeah.
I think that one of the things that we've learned is to hold loosely to our methods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To our viewpoints. Because, God shifts things. He opens our eyes in new ways. And we're open to that. So whatever it is that God wants, I'm studying right now the book of Job. And one of the things that has really impacted me was one of the first speech that that comes up from one of Job's friends is by Eliphaz, right? Eliphaz, he's like this older guy. He's an elder. He represents wisdom. He has la sabiduría. You know what I'm saying? And this is someone that loves God. And when in his speech, he brings up general truths.
Yeah.
But he misapplies them completely to Job's situation. And God, at the end of Job, rebukes Eliphaz, like, you were wrong. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
So good.
And yet he had all of this experience in God and all of these years, but he was wrong. And so it's like, God, with everything that you teach us and everything that you give us and the wisdom, help us hold humbly to that wisdom.
That's good.
Knowing that we can misapply it.
Yeah.
And just being careful overall with everything that we do.
Baby, how grateful are we for our friends who have supported and are showing love, and
Super grateful.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
If you think about it, like it's
Yeah.
it's cool, man. Like
Yeah.
like when your friends show love, and we're grateful. We wanted to talk about that because
We're on
it's
this journey.
special.
We're jumping.
Yeah,
we're
on the
stepping out
journey.
on faith.
Exactly, and like the fact that they're like affirming you, like,
Yeah.
man, that's awesome. Like I want to do that to
Right.
all of our friends when they, when they're on their journey and when
Right.
they're starting new ventures and
Right.
say, hey, you go.
Right.
You
And
know
we
what I'm
bring and
saying?
we want to bring we want to make this space open to our
Yes.
friends too, where it's like, hey,
Yes.
maybe this is, or people that we know, this is a launching pad. Like, okay, maybe you like it, and then you end up starting something yourself.
Come
you know
on.
what I'm saying?
And,
Like, how can we
support
serve
it anyway?
Yeah, how can
Yeah.
we serve the body with
Baby,
what we're doing?
I'll land the plane. I'll start landing the plane on this one. We want this podcast to be a place where people, specifically in Gwinnett County, because that's where we live,
Yes.
and our friends that
Gwinnett,
we know, Gwinnett is for the Lamb, okay?
Okay.
Gwinnett is for Jesus, and we're with it.
Yeah.
We want to be part of what God is doing in Gwinnett through the body. We want this place to be the Sonroom, specifically a platform to where you can come and share your heart. Right. We don't have to agree on everything.
Right. No.
We don't even have to agree
Different
on everything. Like, man, let's
perspectives.
come on here and like let's talk about things. But we also want you to sit in these chairs and like you to share your truth, share your journey. Like, we don't even have to be here. Like, we want to give you the space to talk about, your life, your testimony,
Right.
your ups and downs, and for it to be a way to edify and for others just to be blessed.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
I see like different people coming to share, their testimony, us having conversations, you having conversations with a guy friend, me having conversations with
Yeah.
a girlfriend, us having conversations with different couples, two couples that know each other coming and having conversations. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So it's just a variety of perspectives. And we've
Yeah.
seen the grace of it with our athletic brand that
Yeah.
exists.
Yep.
And we can serve in that way. You know what I
100%.
mean?
100%.
So, and support our friends.
Okay, babe. It's been real.
Yeah,
Another episode of the Sonroom.
that's right. Went by quickly.
So this time, like now, like sundown. Is that I said that correctly?
Sundown.
Sundown. Yes, it's y'all give me
Sunset?
sunset. Yeah, just give me a little break. It's like about to be 7. Like I said,
We're drinking
we got
sleepy
3
tea.
kids,
We're
and we're
drinking-
drinking sleepy tea. Yeah, we usually have coffee out here, but it's 7 p.m. and yeah. But nah, it's been fun. It's been cool coming out here and just sharing a little bit about what we got on. There's more we want to share. We'll probably leave that for another episode, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could stay here all day.
We really can. Love you. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Peace.